With another pools, I have a tutorial here today on the channel. I wanted to go over a compressor I love a lot, the Kramer compressor today, and also talk about how this compressor can bring a lot of presence, a lot of tone, a lot of grit, and make the lyrics feel more believable and, bring out the emotions a little bit in a vocal performance. So if y'all do like this video here today, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We on the road to 10K subs, and check the links down below to support the channel. So let's get to it right now. Let's go over how I like to use the Kramer compressor. Let's go. Gas pack got a nigga geek 7 days a week, never satisfied with a mixture in the weed. I never be satisfied till my life complete. You a dead man walking, nigga, you ain't living proof. Shooting for the stars cause they not bulletproof. Two bad bitches and they both got bundles and they coming by the tools. Every time I break the bank, it be breaking news. Baby, I ain't trying to come all rude. Be satisfied that someone won't do. It's nothing new that the money made the rules. I'm a hot-headed nigga, so I lose my cool. I ain't satisfied till I got me an M or two. But I can't get complacent cause I know I'm Haitian. My people been through devastation. The price went up on the pack. The plug told me this strand called inflation. Only time niggas throw hands when they fighting temptation, but they get satisfied and complacent. All right, so the Kramer Pie is the really dope compressor from Eddie Kramer, who was Jimi Hendrix engineer. They used to use this in Olympic studios back in the day. This was pretty much a bus compressor that was on the back end of the Helios desk. So the Helios channel is just a really dope channel strip. It just has a great way of bringing out some really high mid presence. When I think of the Kramer compressor, it makes me think of guitars, like electric guitars specifically, when you want to get that nice little sharp energetic tone, that pencil right out the sharpener, vroom 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 vroom, right out that sharpener in elementary school, that nice little poke, right? So for this song specifically, I used it in a couple different ways. The first way I used it was I used it on the mix bus, right? And I used it as kind of like a saturator on the mix bus. So you have a couple of different ratios, 1-to-1, 2-to-1. When you put it on 1-to-1, it kind of just lets the signal go through, no compression. And for the most part, you don't get to control the attack. You don't get to control the attack, which is very common with throwback, compressors. You don't get to control the attack too much. So generally, the attack is slow. It lets a lot of the transients do come through for sure. So let's see what it sounds like on the master fader, just using it as like kind of like a saturator, juicer, and there's no output. So I only use it specifically on this song because of the tone of the song. I want a little bit more bite and a little bit more aggression to it. So let's look at it. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I had nothing to my name but 2 dimes. Tryna live my life, I just don't think I could ever live a lie. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I had nothing to my name but 2 dimes. Tryna live my life, I just don't think I could ever live a lie. Yeah, so I like what the Kramer Pie did on the master fader. I don't know, it has solid state components in it, so maybe sometimes it's good to pair it up with something like a SSLE channel strip or something like that, because they both kind of got solid state components in it. You know what I mean? So I used the Kramer Pie on that master fader, and it just gave a presence to that master fader, specifically in that high mid. I didn't want to push any more high mid with maybe like EQ or something like that, because that would have probably made the hi-hats and the open hats on the 2-track beat start to pierce a little bit. That's something to be cognizant of. So I just use specifically this plugin as a saturator to add emphasis on the high mid. And like how I said, it's great for guitar, so I already knew it would help out, right? So another great way that I like to use the Kramer Pie is like a distortion box. If you put it on 1-to-1 ratio and then you put a threshold the whole way down, it will literally blow up the signal. It will put some TNT dynamite on the signal and boom, and blow it up and literally distort it, without even hitting the red light. So I used a little bit of that distortion on some of these vocal throws specifically. I'm gonna show you what it sounds like maximum the whole way. I put it on Studio Rack and blended it in, but I'll show you what it sounds like maximum the whole way if we were to do something like that. So let me pull out that Kramer Pie real quick. So this is how I like to set it up when I use it as a distorter. Threshold, right? All the way down, the ratio on 1-to-1, no volume. You feel me? So pay attention to these throws. They're going to be distorted. I used to work from 9 to 5 to get the finer things in life, but I was never satisfied. Thank God that I'm alive. I know some niggas who left me for dead. The only thing it did was leave me traumatized. Follow my purpose, I don't need a guide. I'll take your main and put her on the side. And beefing by Adderalls, we won't divide. No, it's not greed. I got me a need to be more what than I could be. I follow the money, won't follow your lead. Yeah, hey, slow down. I things in life, but I was never satisfied. Thank God that things in life, but I was never satisfied. Thank God that So you hear it adds a little bit of that distortion and kind of gives like a futz box type of vibe. So what I did is I took it on Studio Rack, boom, and parallel blended it. And for some weird reason, just adding a little bit of distortion, it just actually kind of added more clarity, low key. I don't know how, but that texture added a little bit more clarity. Place it cause I know I'm Haitian. My people been through devastation. The price went up. Place it cause I know I'm Haitian. My people been through devastation. The price place it cause I know I'm Haitian. My people been through devastation. The price went up on the pack. The plug told me this strand called inflation. Only time niggas throw hands when they fighting temptation, but they get satisfied and complacent. I could never lie, I just to get satisfied and complacent. I don't know, it just adds a little bit more distortion, a little bit more texture, similarly to how somebody might put a little bit of distortion on an electric guitar to help it just kind of cut through and poke through the mix and really have some stability, you feel me, really have an anchor, really have an emergency break in the ground, really put that United States flag into the ground, you feel me, so it just stands there and it waves a little bit better. Right, so yeah, that's another great way I like to use the Kramer compressor is as a distortion box. So distortion on the actual vocals, blowing it up like some TNT or like a creeper in Minecraft or some shit, and putting it on the master fader. You feel me? And actually using that bit. You feel me? Like just to give a little high presence to the whole track. And the last way I like to use the Kramer Pie, the Kramer compressor is I like to use it as like a flammer. So what I did is I opened it on a multi-mono plugin. I mean, every DAW is different, but you would go to like a multi-mono and I grabbed the Kramer Pie and now I get to control each side independently. So, this is my left channel and this is my right channel. And pretty much what I like to do is I like to actually like unlink them. And what I'll do is I'll use it as a flammer, right? So I'll have one side compressing differently from the other side. And that's kind of good for like some ad libs like this on the hook. So, one side feels wobbly from the other. They don't feel perfect. You feel me? So what I would do is like maybe the left side, because the left side has the guitar a little bit faster. I would put like a faster release time on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, I probably just maybe like do like a little bit of a slower release. So let's leave. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I had nothing to my name but 2 dimes. Tryna live my life, I just don't think I could ever live a lie. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember. So I usually do techniques like this when I'm trying to get independent movement. You feel me? Like when I'm trying to make one side move differently from the other, I do this, and I would do this technique like specifically like on a beat like this. You hear how dun 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 dun, like like there's like a counter melody of the guitar on one side than the other one. You feel me? Like the one side kind of has more like a pad type of sound. So I would let the background vocal release a little bit more slowly on that side. You feel me? Because it would kind of just blend with the rhythm a little bit better. Like if you had like a tango dancer, right? And like, the dancers kind of have to dance at the same timing. If I'm moving my hips one way, you got to move it the other way with your dance partner type shit like that. So that's kind of how I see like the ad libs. I want the ad libs to dance with the music. And if I feel like one side of the beat is a little bit more active than the other one, I'll do a technique like this, right? So, like the guitar is like dun 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 on the left hand side. So I would put like a faster release time on the left hand side, but still they're both compressing. It's just that they're releasing at different times. So the one is kind of like jumping like this and the other one is a little bit, more slower type shit. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I had nothing to my name but 2 dimes. Tryna live my life, I just don't think I could ever live a lie. I could never lie, I just don't think I will ever be satisfied. Niggas never slide, but they no show when they say it's time to ride. I remember times when I had nothing to my name but 2 dimes. Tryna live my life. So, it's really kind of hard to explain something like that, but it's more like a rhythm type of thing. You know what I mean? You see how what I'm saying about how the beat and the guitar and everything is kind of on one side and the other. It's more like a rhythm type of thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are a couple of different ways that I like to use the Kramer Pie. Like I showed in the video today, I like to use it as a flammer, you know, to kind of make it a little bit of wobbly, to kind of make it dance and tangle a little bit better with the beat, the melodies of the beat. I'm listening to the melodies of the beat, right? I like to use it as a saturator to add a little bit of high mid presence on the master fader. And I also like to use it maybe on ad libs and on delay throws to kind of blow it up a little bit like a distortion box. So that's pretty much the end of the video here today. If you guys do like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also down below, check the links to support the channel. So I appreciate y'all now, my YouTube gang. Peace.